All right, everybody, welcome to Slap Son. We're getting to know this guy right now. Haven't met yet, so let's see what he's all about.
Hey guys, I'm Tracy. I'm a welterweight. I was 2-0 on season 3. And I'm just loving life right now. Come out to support the guys, help guys get ready for their fights. And I'm super stoked to see some of these banger matchups.
Yeah, dude, right on. What is the one you're most excited to see?
Honestly,
Do you have a favorite?
I got to be, with my Canadian roots, I got to be cheering for Dakota McGregor
for sure.
and that lightweight belt coming home to Canada.
Yeah, dude,
Getting that
that's
north of the
awesome,
border.
man. That's awesome. So you're just here as a fan?
Oh yeah.
Are you scouting anybody behind the scenes, like eyeing any guys?
Honestly, whoever PowerSlap gives me next is
Cool.
what I'm ready for. You know what I mean? They send me the name and I'll just do my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crack chins and stack wins.
Are there any rumblings? Like,
I would imagine I'm coming up pretty soon here. So I'm hoping April. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm really hoping that I get the call and I get to show what I've done since the season. You know what I mean? So
dude, that's so awesome. Dude, your energy's awesome. You're ready to go.
Oh,
I like
I'm hyped.
it, man.
I'm
I
hyped
like
for
it.
everybody.
So it's the first time we are meeting.
Yeah.
So like I love this question, even though it gets asked a lot, but I really do dig it. How in the world do you find this weird niche of slap? Like,
So for me, it was kind of like what Dana White, like I used to watch Dumpling, like in a barn in
so
Poland
you
leagues and
knew
stuff.
it before.
Oh yeah, like I was watching the Crazy Hawaiian out in, what was it, Punchdown or whatever.
No shit.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
so
dude.
I was always kind of watching it, and I said, I was
Guy's
like,
got
if this,
more history than me, man.
but I even said, I was like, if this sport ever gets to America and it really blows up, I said, there's a lot of potential here. And I remember looking at my wife and saying, I could do this. Like, if this ever came to America, and she's like, yeah, well, you better be training if it ever does. And
Hey,
then
she didn't say no.
no, so I was just like, okay, well, that's my foot in the door anyways,
Yeah.
right? And then and then it kind of developed. PowerSlap came in, and I was kind of watching, the first, the slap off competition, and going into PowerSlap 1 and then season 1. And I was like, man, this sport has a lot of potential. I love where it's going. I love the evolution of where it was going. And I said, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer before I start applying. Season 2 hit, and I was like, okay, no, like I got to get in. I got to do this. And sure enough, I applied. Didn't hear anything for months. It was about 6 months or so, and I was actually at the gym, and all of a sudden I got a text message
No way.
saying, "Hey, you got time for a quick Zoom meeting?" Oh, of course, you know what I mean. I called the wife. I'm like, "Holy crap! I think this is my opportunity." So got on the interview, ended up getting signed, and everything else. Got into the season, and made the most of my opportunity, and I continued to keep doing the same.
Dude, when you were saying that, because that's how it happens, it seems like. It's just kind of like a surprise.
really
And
was.
then the surprise becomes, time is of the essence. Can you be here in 3 days, a week, or whatever? Was it similar to you?
Yeah, so I think I got about 2 months notice.
Oh, so you weren't too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. I know some guys had they were at 2 weeks before flying out kind of thing, right? So it was like, for me, I got a little bit more time to kind of really dial in and lock in and get ready to make the most of the opportunity. And fortunately I did. So I was pretty happy with my performance. My second fight, I was a little disappointed. But again, like you only have so many days in between, and there's a lot of pressure. The house is a pressure cooker too. Like, I mean, a lot of the stuff you don't see, that happens too. I mean, there was a lot of fights in that season as well that weren't even on the actual season.
I can
right?
only imagine.
So,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of testosterone, a lot of guys, you know what I mean? When you get the booze flowing too, I mean, it's bound to happen, right? But it was good times.
Yeah,
either
good
way.
times for sure, man. No, I can't imagine how I would be in that environment. I think I would just become quiet, and kind of keep to myself, but you don't know till you're in that environment, right?
And that was pretty much me. I was always hanging out, playing pool with some of the guys, and more or less trying to stay out of like the big fights and stuff, especially because you want to get cracked by accident and trying to break it up and stuff, right? So it's like, I was trying to keep my head, out of like all the other business and just kind of focusing on my fight because I knew, I'm here to do a job. I got to do the job, right? So, and that was my biggest goal, was to come out on top and win the season, and I got it done. So
yeah, it's funny. Yesterday, someone was saying that this is a business trip, and I was like, that's the way to look at it. You want to come in, do your thing, get the money, and bounce in a lot of ways.
Well, that's just it, right?
Because if you treat it like a party or just a whatever,
Vacation.
and the results probably will mirror that a little bit.
Absolutely.
So I think that's smart, man. I think that's smart. So what do you want out of 25? Like, you want to get on a card, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to keep cracking chins and stacking wins.
I love it, dude.
And
I love it.
I'd love to go for the belt, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think I still need to prove myself a little bit more. Like I said, after my last performance, I was a little disappointed. So I really want to show my evolution of how far I've come now from the show, because I mean, I've gained a lot, and even coming out in December, learning stuff from some of the guys, and especially the OGs. Like, you learn so much from these guys that have been around forever, right? Especially in the sport, and they've seen the evolution throughout the years. So I like just taking little tidbits and little bits of information here and there, and then I can go back home, go to the lab, and start testing out different, theories or different techniques, and see what works for me, and kind of, incorporate it into my game, right?
So is it important to you for your first match to have someone that's ranked? Do you have, I mean, do you know what I mean, or do you want to do like kind of like an early prelim and then make a jump and then make a jump? Because the sport's weird enough now and open enough now. I feel like you could maybe even just call who you want.
Well, yeah, well, right now I'm ranked 10th, so I was thinking like Andrew Provlos. I think he's ranked 5 right now.
Yes.
I was kind of eyeing him up as, get into that top 5, and then maybe Joel Scott after that, as a top contender.
He's in hiding a little bit, this Joel guy.
Yeah. So, and I feel like that'd be a really good matchup for me and him. So, hopefully that, maybe down the road that'll actually end up happening. I think that would be good for both of our legacies, within the sport. And then after that, Blackburn would be the number 1 target after that.
Yeah. We need to purple up the belt a little bit more if you get Blackburn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Put some grimace in there. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming
appreciate
by.
it.
Where can everyone find you on social media?
All social medias, it's Vin the Mercenary, IG, TikTok, Facebook, Vince Tracy. So yeah, if you guys want to follow me, I usually follow everybody back too and stuff like that. Feel free to DM me anytime. I'm usually pretty quick in responses. So yeah, and I love the support. Even the negativity is kind of fun too sometimes. I get a good kick out of some of the comments. So yeah, definitely hit me up, and I enjoy it. So
all right, man. Well, you're here for it. I like it. Thank you so
absolutely
much.
Appreciate you.
Good to see you. Good to meet you.